Hey guys, so me and my team are making a physics-based FPS game, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the game and show you how it's coming along, and then later in the video I'm gonna show you some of the actual gameplay from the game. The game is called Bot Blasters and it's a high-octane multiplayer FPS game where you fight robots of all kinds. But more importantly, it's all physics-based, meaning the robots can adapt to different scenarios and are destructible. For example, you can shoot off their leg, which makes them impaired, you can take down their turrets, which makes them unable to shoot, or you can just blow them apart. This level of versatility in the game is something we strived for from the very beginning, and without doubt it's extremely fun and satisfying. However, it came at a cost. It was very frustrating to implement. So this right here is a very early version of the game. First, the enemies are a little buggy. Second, the performance is absolutely horrible. Yeah, this version was actually shown in one of my previous videos and it featured a linear map where you would have to go through different sections and then at the end there would be some kind of boss battle. However, this idea was quickly scrapped because it just wasn't very fun to play. Then we tried experimenting with an arena style gameplay with more enclosed levels, with more places to take cover in, which was definitely a step in the right direction, but there was a huge problem. The enemies simply couldn't navigate in this type of levels. They would be bumping into each other, getting stuck on walls, flipping over, even sitting down. I'm not even kidding. Now, to clarify, I'm talking about the smaller enemies. The bigger ones were straight up broken. So I had to implement a ton of protective measures so stuff like this didn't happen, which took quite a while, so I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Anyways, this brings me to today. So I'm going to show you some of the enemies we have in the game right now, starting with the headgunner bot and crawler bot. On their own, they are the easiest enemies to kill, but in large groups they can still be pretty strong. However, their main purpose is to be farmed. Now, you might ask, farmed for what? You see, each enemy in this game has weak points. While some weak points can slow down an enemy, like destroying a leg, weak points like the turrets not only make the enemy not being able to shoot, but also have a chance of dropping ammunition that can then be collected. Also, every weapon in the game has a different chance of dropping ammunition. For example, weapons like the plasma gun have a lower chance of dropping ammunition, but weapons like the sniper rifle have a very high chance of dropping ammunition. Then there are weapons like the shotgun, which is very powerful up close, or if you wanna cause complete mayhem, use a rocket launcher. Now let's move on to the tougher enemies. I would say that these enemies are the cream of the crop of the game. In this category, each enemy has a unique playstyle that players have to adapt in order to kill them. For example, this is the Titan bot. He has one main attack where he can shoot very powerful lasers that explode on impact, but the unique thing about him is that when he spawns, he has a shield which makes him completely invulnerable from any type of damage. So in order to deal damage to him, first you have to destroy all 4 of his weak points on each side. To do this, you have to carefully maneuver around him. This is also where sliding comes really handy. Sliding is another mechanic that you can use alongside sprinting to not only change positions quickly, but also evade enemy bullets. In this case, you can use it to effectively destroy all his weak points, in which case he loses his shield and you can kill him normally. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this in more detail now. So first, the front weak point is the easiest one, and then the way you use sliding against him is you wait when he shoots, and then you sprint, you slide, you get the back weak point like this, then you get the side weak point. Okay, now again we slide and we take the last weak point. Nice. And now we can even shoot off his legs, so it's easier to kill him. So if I just, okay, that was a clean shot. And now he's pretty much useless. I mean, he can still shoot, but now it's a lot easier to kill him. And that's how you do it. Then we have the Strider bot. Now the Strider bot is a very tall enemy that has 2 types of attacks. First, he has double turrets on each side, and second, he has 4 cannons on top of his head that shoot sticky bombs. The way he works is he mainly uses his turrets to shoot at you, but if you get too close he will start firing sticky bombs around him, which effectively turns the area beneath him into a minefield. So with this enemy, the trick to success is to find the right distance between you and him, because if you're too close, he he fires sticky bombs, and when you're too far, his turrets are more precise. Okay, so like I said, when fighting this enemy, you always have to watch your distance, because if I go really far, then his turrets start to predict where I'm moving, and that can be really deadly. The thing you probably want to do the first is you want to destroy his turrets really quickly when he spawns. So I'm gonna try to use the sniper rifle for this because it's... oh god, I'm missing. Okay, I got the first one. Now the second one. Got it. Okay, what I would recommend doing in this situation is try to destroy one of his legs, and when you destroy his leg, of course he won't be able to move, so he will fall over, and now he is really easy to kill, but you still have to watch your distance because of his sticky bombs. And there we go. That's how you do it. Now, there is one more enemy I haven't talked about, but I'm leaving him for later because he is a little special and it's best if I explain him in a real gameplay. So the way the game works is you and your team arrive on a map and you have to defeat numerous waves of enemies. However, enemies don't start attacking you until you start destroying structures that belong to them. Currently, there are two types of structures: totems and empowered totems. As you go through the game, the more totems you destroy, the more difficult the game becomes. Now, this is where the one enemy I haven't talked about yet comes in, the Arachnobot. The Arachnobot is kind of like a support enemy. His main purpose is crowd control. You see, movement in this game is very important. If you don't move, you'll die really quickly. And the Arachnobot is designed specifically to prevent you from moving. His main attack is he shoots spider webs at the player, and if you hit, you cannot move for a few seconds. Once you cannot move, he will start approaching you, and when he is up close, he uses his claws to damage you, which are very strong. Fortunately, just like any other enemy in the game, he has weaknesses that can be exploited. Both his turrets and his claws can be destroyed, and he is also weak from a distance, so using a sniper rifle to disable his turret is a great way to secure your safety. Now, fun fact, the Arachnobot is actually a reworked version of an enemy called Spiderbot, and we decided to rework him completely because the old design was simply outdated. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a little bit from the gameplay now. So we fly down in our spaceship. I really like the way you fly down on your spaceship, it looks really cool. And so the way this works is if I press tab, I open a task list. So we have two objectives basically. So we first have to destroy all empowered totems and all normal totems. The best thing to do right now is just to farm ammunition at the start. Oh no, okay, I'm gonna try to farm some ammo first. Okay, so the game is kind of chaotic from the start. So this is how a totem looks like. So this is the normal totem. So we need to destroy this. Nice. Also, there is this really cool explosion. I really like that. We really try to make it so that everything is like really destructible and fluid because it just looks really good. So now that we destroyed the totem, the difficulty has increased. This right here, this is the empowered totem. So if I destroy this one, then this will immediately start a new wave. Okay, so now I gotta prepare because a Titan bot just spawned. Oh god. It's also really good to use grenades if you have some on these smaller enemies. Okay, and we have the Arachnobot. So we have to make sure. So I'm gonna try, you know what, I'm gonna show you how devastating it is if you get caught. Yeah, you see, I immediately died. If the Arachnobot gets you, you're pretty much dead. Okay, oh god, this is crazy. Okay, I think I'm gonna use the rocket launcher for this guy to quickly destroy. Okay, nice, so his turret is down. Okay. So another empowered totem. Now this is gonna be way more difficult. Oh god. Okay, so another Titan bot spawned. Okay, we have two Titan bots actually, so I'm gonna use a rocket launcher on first one. One Titan bot is already enough, two is kind of overpowered. So I'm really trying to kill at least one of these. Okay, second Titan bot. I'm gonna use the grenades now for these enemies to get rid of them. Okay. Oh no, there's another one. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, I might actually die here. Okay, shoot his leg down. Okay, I'm trying to save up my stamina right here. Okay, nice. We have a Titan bot. So I'm gonna try to quickly destroy this totem. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the way. I'm gonna use the rocket launcher for them. Quickly get some ammo. Oh no, I'm in the... Oh, okay. I almost died right there because I went underneath the Strider bot, which is a death sentence. Oh god. Oh, damn. Okay, so we have the last totem. And there we go. Mission success. Also, when you successfully complete the mission, all the enemy structures explode, which looks really cool and makes you feel like you actually won. Also, don't forget to follow the game to get notified when it releases, and if you haven't watched my previous videos about the game, you can watch one right here on the screen. So, thanks for watching and see you next time.